Good afternoon, magandang hapon, and welcome to today's episode of My PI Dream. Today is a significant event that we're having here again at the building of Villa Feliz. Today, if you remember correctly, our electric meter was at least 300 meters down the road. Well, we were surprised last week. We didn't tell you about it. We were surprised by a visit by Bottleneck 2. And Bottleneck 2 came out and they saw that our meter was way down, and they're kind of wondering why the meter is down there. Plus, we had some angels that were looking over our shoulder, trying to help us out with a voltage problem that we have here, as well as the meter being 300 meters down the road. Anyway, Bottleneck is here today, and in just a moment, we're going to tell you, we're going to show you, you're going to be part of the event of a fix action here at Villa Feliz to get our electricity back online and in proper voltage. So without further delay, let's get today's video underway. Well, what the Bottleneck 2 guys are doing here today, you remember we don't have a meter on the front of our house. Normally when you build a house in the Philippines, right on the front corner post of your house, you have a concrete structure that you attach a meter base to, and then you attach the meter to it. Well, what we have is this. And what that is just a box, and it has a breaker on the inside. And if you remember correctly, our meter itself, well, it was at least 300. I thought it was just 300 meters, but the Bottleneck said today that no, it was much further than 300 meters down the road. So what they are doing, they're relocating the meter from down there almost into the other phase of the subdivision right here in front of our house. Now, to be able to do that, it wasn't just the easiest task. It wasn't just plug and play. First of all, we have to move the meter base. Now, if you're building a house in the Philippines, again, when you build this part of your house, initially during the initial phase of construction, they're just going to put a breaker inside there, and it's going to be connected up to a temporary meter. Eventually what's going to happen is you're going to have to remove the breaker. You're going to have to remove the temporary meter, and what you're going to have to do is you're going to have to install a meter base. And a meter base is nothing but the little contacts that your round glass meter connects to. It plugs in and it starts doing your meter reading of your electrical consumption at your house in front of your house and not 300 meters down the road. So that's what these guys are doing today. Now they pulled my meter, they pulled the meter from 300 meters down the road, and it's somewhere sitting here on the ground. Let's see if we can find it. Now that's our meter connected to a meter base that's going to be reinstalled on our regular meter box over here in front of the house. Now another challenge that we've had, I really didn't talk about, and I didn't think much of it until about a week ago, is we've had a little bit of a power drop problem here at the house. Power drop, meaning that when you have something that's a high current type of a device inside your house, like your stove, like your oven, anything that consumes a lot of electricity, high amperage, you can see the lights do some dimming inside the house, and it is very sensitive, especially to LED lights. Now, one of the first things I should have done as an electronic technician in one of my previous lives, I should have gone with a multimeter, and I should have gone inside the electrical outlet boxes, and I should have measured the voltage on the box itself. For some reason, I didn't do that. And I asked these guys when they came out last week if they could do that, if they could check and see what our actual standing voltage is. Standing voltage is basically when you have nothing really consuming anything inside your house, what is that level of voltage? In the Philippines, it should be somewhere between like 220 and 230 volts. Well, we checked the voltage, and the voltage coming into the house was 200 volts. Then I said, let me turn on a high amperage consumption device like the stove. We turned on the stove. I said, let me know when the element for the stove kicks on, drawing all that current, what do you get? And we got less than 190 volts on that. Now, that's not a good thing. What it's not a good thing for is in the long run, it can do damage to your electronic components inside your house, specifically things like refrigerators, stereo equipment, anything, microwave ovens, things like that. When they don't have the amount of voltage they need to run it, it will degrade and eventually your device will fail. Now, I will tell you right now, electronics that are built today are much different from electronics that were built 30 years ago. 30 years ago, if you had a very poor dirty electricity, dirty meaning that, there's a lot of noise on the line inside. If you look under an oscilloscope, you can see there's not a nice fine line of your AC current coming inside your house. But 30 years ago, if you hooked up something to very poor voltage, it didn't take a time of 30 days or 60 days before your item failed. It could actually fail in a matter of one day or several days on there. So the components are much better, the tolerances are much better, meaning that the tolerance of the voltage coming into it, it can operate at voltages maybe from 190 to 240 volts. But anyway, let's go ahead and monitor what these guys are doing, and hopefully we get our electricity back up to par, back up to that 220 volts inside Villa Feliz. Now what you see here, this is the number 6 electrical wire that we used to do our temporary connection that got us power inside Villa Feliz over here. The wires that they have that come in from the subdivision, from the main grid, these are number 2 wires up here. A thicker wire that can handle a capacity much higher than the current and electricity capacity of the number 6 here. What we're going to do with this, we're going to donate it to the subdivision. This is our caretaker, Montoni, right here. He handles all the day-to-day business of all of the subdivision that has to do with maintenance, electrical, plumbing, all of the day-to-day caretaking here. And we can't use this anymore. I paid for this. I paid my electrician and my contractor for this wire right here, but there's nothing I can use it for here in Villa Feliz, so we'll let them use that for other projects that they have here in the subdivision. Okay, a little change in plan. Change in plan is our meter is not going here today inside this box right here. We have to install the meter base. So what they're doing, they're hooking it up to the nearest post, which is right here on the next lot right here. So this main electric post you see right here, that's where our meter's going. At least we can see it. It's very close to the house, much closer. Plus, we're being connected to the number 2 wires from the main subdivision over there, which should eliminate our problem that we're having with the voltage drop, the low voltage. And what they'll do on transformer, we have no transformers. Well, we have transformers over here. None of the transformers are energized until we start getting other occupants over here in phase 2 of the subdivision, which this lot next to us right here, it's sold to one of our subscribers. The lot behind us is sold to one of our subscribers. This lot over here is sold to one of our subscribers. And the lot across here, this is a Filipino couple. It's sold, but all of these, they should start building pretty soon. So I would think in the next, maybe next couple years, we'll be able to get full energizing and support from Bottleneck 2 here in this phase of the subdivision. Okay, well, we are closer to a final solution of having our electricity connected to the front of our house here at Villa Feliz. Now, I will tell you, we did a voltage check. We just did a voltage check inside the house. We have 228 volts, which if you're on a 220 volt system, normally it's going to be just a little bit above to allow for any excess current draw that you have inside your house. So that's a good voltage. We went inside the house. We turned on the 3 horsepower aircon unit, which we never turned on.
The cooking top.
The cooktop, electric cooktop. We did every light throughout the house. and we have no flickers anymore, no problem with any of the lights. So I want to thank all the fine folks from Bottleneck for coming out and taking care of the problem that we had out here. Again, the main concern is degradation of any of your appliances and electronics inside your house, and this will help us keep our appliances and electronics in good working condition. One step closer, again, when you build a house, it's going to take some time. It's going to take some time to get everything completely 100% done. So you just have to have some patience, some perseverance. I think perseverance is probably one of the big things, right?
Yeah.
Perseverance, and also helps to have some good contacts. And so anyway, that's done for today. Well, I got to tell you, that was some great service by Bottleneck. Everything is looking good right now. We'll continue to monitor the situation and let you know if there is any changes, but I think we're good. Now again, that isn't the final step. The final step is to get the meter moved directly in front of our house and have connection and service done from that point, not the next pole down the street. But I think we're going to be hiring the way it works here, you hire a private electrician to do that for that portion. Now, and I think it's the same in the States. All the houses that I've had in the States, they have been pre-built. They were built before I took occupancy. I didn't do the build from the very beginning of my own home. So the contractor is responsible for doing all the rough-in. All right, Fonz, see you later. Have a good evening.
Maraming salamat.
See you on Monday. Have a good Sunday. So in the U.S., the contractor, the builder, he will roughen everything. He will roughen everything except for the meter. He'll do the meter box, the meter base, the same as here, and that's your own folks do that. And then Bottleneck, or your utility company's responsibility, is from the meter back to their service area where they provide you with the electricity. So we'll get that done. We have a contact number. We tried to contact our electrician. You remember Noel, but we haven't been able to get a hold of him. He's missing in action for some reason every time we call that phone number.
Maybe busy.
Yeah, so maybe he's pretty busy. So that being said, today has been a very, very windy day. I don't know. I'm going to have to look at the weather and see what's going on. Last night, all night long, you could look out the back of the house and you could see the coconut trees bending, and all of our furniture on the back patio and everything was kind of pushed to the opposite end of the patio. And it's been a windy day all day today. So there must be something out at sea, or you never know around here, because even when there's typhoons, people here ignore that. No, you don't even hear that there's a typhoon, right? Am I right? In this area right here, because we're kind of protected, so they kind of blow off the typhoon phenomenon, because we have a mountain range on both sides of us, and we're in a valley, and we're kind of protected. We have cool climate here, and protection from the Mother Nature's elements like the typhoons. But before we close today, I have some belated and some upcoming shout-outs that I would like to pass on to you. And the first one is a belated one for December 12th, just a couple of days ago, and that is for Dan and Annalyn Baptiste, and they're celebrating their 4th wedding anniversary. And anyway, the couple, they plan on moving back here to the Philippines and retiring and building here as well. And if I believe, they said that they want to build in Tanawan, right? The Tanawan locality. So to the two of you, we want to wish you a happy anniversary. We also have a belated birthday shout out for the same day, for December 12th, just a few days ago. And a belated birthday shout out goes to Alex Popovic, who just turned 60 years old. And if you remember, back in November, I think I mentioned it on the channel as well, Alex said he was in the mountains of Nepal, where he proposed to his partner of 9 years, and her name was Farida, and he proposed to her at the altitude of 4,200 meters, which he said literally took her breath away. And I'm actually ahead of the schedule for this one. And this is for 2 days from now. I'm going to get it now in case we don't do a video tomorrow. So for December 17th, Albert Grant is requesting a birthday shout out for Igmedio Cahife Jr., who is turning 58 on the 17th. Igmedio was born on the island of Samar, but now lives in Tulsa, Oklahoma since 2001. So to our birthday recipients, we want to wish you all a happy birthday. Well, it's been quite a busy few days here the last few days with the blessing of the house, with the wedding parties, and that's what normally happens during this time of year, especially the month of December. There's going to be a lot of parties and fiestas and just a lot of activities going on here in the Philippines. When we go to some of these events, we'll try to share those with you as well. And I think we have one coming up pretty soon. I think, well, tomorrow that is. I don't know, remember last year we showed you the reunion, the class reunion of the Mabini Academy, which is where Ness went to school. I won't say what year. Back in the day, we're going to say back in the day. Is that okay? Is that right? Back in the day. Okay. I'm going to be I'm going to be politically and marital safe here, but with that statement. But we have another reunion that we're going to be attending, and I think the theme is Hawaiian. Well, we kind of went late to the party on trying to find Hawaiian shirts, but we found something that might be acceptable. So we picked those up yesterday. Was it yesterday or the day before yesterday? Yesterday. So we have that coming up. We have a trip to Tagaytay coming up in the near future, and we'll share that with you also. I think we're going to spend several days in Tagaytay. And I don't know what the agenda is, but the family's taking care of the itineraries and all the different places that we're going to be attending there. I think that'll be a fun vacation as well. So you see, we do have some stuff planned for you guys here over the month of December, before December closes out. And then I think January we're going to get back to trying to get Villa Feliz, the last few things. We're kind of taking it easy, even though everything isn't completely 100% done right now. I think we're going to take a little bit of a break, and then we'll finish up those little minor details that need to be done, some of the corrections, some of the tile that hasn't been put into place, a few little things. It's time to rest a little bit right now. Well, we are going to close for today. The wind has finally subsided for a moment. It's nice and calm. Hopefully it stays this way the rest of the evening. We will go on the back porch maybe and just relax. We haven't had dinner. We're going to prepare something for dinner and just chill out. Maybe we can get Mary Ann to come back inside the yard. Mary Ann, where are you? Oh no! Even with his cone, even with her cone, she still manages to slip through the gate. I don't know. Oh, she was scheduled tomorrow. So she was scheduled tomorrow to get her stitches removed. But we have the party tomorrow for Nessa's school reunion. So we rescheduled, and we're going to do that. I think it was Tuesday. Tuesday. We'll be doing that on Tuesday. We'll take her down for that. So that being said, we want to close for now. If you enjoyed today's video, even though it was mainly talking about bottleneck, but remember, I promised you that anything that's important, the evolution of the build here at Villa Feliz, we're going to share that with you. So if you enjoyed today's video, please give us a thumbs up. Please share, and if you have not subscribed, just click on that little My PI Dream heart in the bottom right hand side of your screen. You'll be subscribed and you'll be notified the next time we upload a new video. So until such time, you have a wonderful and blessed day.